I can't believe Cooper and Zach, Eli are not in the fucking hunt. That's crazy. The 250 main event winner is older than the 450 main event winner. I would say what a race, but like that was just an anomaly. I felt like I was in disbelief the entire time. Did anybody else feel like that? What's up, guys? I just between I just at one point I was like, next week we're gonna have Cooper, Osborne, Tomac, Sexton, and Anderson available to pick as non-all-stars, and that's like, that's just absurd, I think. I don't know. 252, Tanner, nice. 226, dude, I had Tickle too, and I was like, bro, pass one guy. I had Freezy and Tickle, and I was like, can you guys just flip-flop and get me both double points? They're teammates. Why can't we have that? Six string Brian, 224. Dave wanted 220. Dave, what'd you end up? What'd you get? 261, dude, nice. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I feel bad. I lost to my buddy. He got a big fat 0 in before the day even started, and he beat me. So if you want to know how my night's going, that's how my night's going. God, Benny, I know. I almost put Benny on my team. I almost had him on my team, and I was like, bless. Wasted web. Charlie 126. All right, I see you. I see you out here. Ron Dog 236. Nice score. Cooper Webb and Sexton made a last-minute decision to drop Tickle for Barsha. Hood, dude, I did that at 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go. I took Tickle off my team and I put Barsha. And then I was eating my tacos and I was like, you know what? That's not how we do it. We don't do negative handicaps. We're gonna roll through with like safe picks. Go back to your safety. Tickle's gonna make the main. And obviously I didn't do it. Obviously I didn't do it. And I picked 2 FFLs and got them wrong. I meant to take them off, but I just forgot that I even had them on there until I was like, well, how many players? Good question. Let me see if it's loaded yet. I can't tell you yet. So Mark's moves as fast as his little fingers can move, but I still have to wait for Mark's to cash it all in before I can tell you that. Did anybody who scored the closest to 189? Harper, what is your overall rank? Because I feel like if we take, this isn't exact math, I don't recommend this to anybody, but if we get somebody really close to the average score, 8652. So I'm gonna guess 15,000 players then. Does that sound about right for you guys? Mark's, I said Marx's little fingers. I did not say Marx has little. I don't know anything about the size of the man's hands. I'm not gonna claim to know anything about the size of the man's hands out here. I'm just saying. I don't know him like that. Like just because I have him on speed dial doesn't mean I know him like that. Let me get this scene set up for you. This was like the last thing I did right before. Does this work? Almost. Let's get this pulled over like that. Yeah. There we go. Marx is a god. Please don't hack my bank account. Dude, we love Travis Marx. Can I just get some like, man, I don't even know. Put some good energy emojis in chat for Travis Marx for getting this going, keeping it running. I don't think you guys have any idea how hard he works to make this possible. And he does so much. He doesn't have to do it, but he does it. So, I mean, I'm just so happy to have that. Is Dylan gonna be okay? I don't know. Is Dylan gonna be okay? That's a good question. This was such a random race. Between Eli Chase and Anderson being 13, 14, 15, Cooper and Zach being 9 and 10, we can't even, like, I don't feel like we can leave H1. We don't know anything that we didn't know before the season started. You know what I mean? Because do we think that Barsha is a big threat, or that Malcolm is a regular contender, or that Brayton shaved 5 years off of his life, or like 5 years off of his age? You know what I mean? Probably not. Probably not. You know what's gonna happen next week is Tomac's gonna come out and win with Webb and Osborne on the podium. You know what I mean? Poor Dylan. Oh, are we gonna get Dylan on the show on Monday? When was the last time 3 of 8 All-Stars maxed? Mike, that's a good question. That's a good question. This is just gnarly, dude. Creating the A-Ray feature. The 450 does look better. I still wasn't sold. I'm gonna be refreshing this repeatedly until like the thing. But here's mine. I ended up with 215, 229 if I didn't blow my FFLs, which I would have been fine with a 229. But a 215, whatever, man. Whatever. Who beat me? I think most of you beat me. Chris beat me. Benny. Oh, Caleb. Man. There's nothing worse than when you have a really good score, but with only 7 guys, because you're just like, what could have been? What could have been? How could you pick FFLs on this race? Hood, if I'm being honest, I don't think you guys know, like, I spend probably 15 hours a week, a race, putting all this stuff together for you, just for like the normal stuff, not even the other stuff. And then when I finally put out the cheat sheets, I spend about 3 minutes. And then I just make picks and I go. Like, I'm so tired of looking at this stuff by the time it comes time to make my own picks that I don't even really care. I had them on because I wanted to show when I was doing my picks for the video that I had AC and Forkner, and then I just left them on and I just never took them off. 266, but sadly not in the championship for the first time this year. Well, that's what you get. That's what, you know what would have happened, Christopher, is if you would have been in the championship, you would not have gotten 266. We know that's what would have happened, right? Change to Craig from Forkner last minute. That's a good call. I kept Forkner because I'm like, even though he looked a little off in qualifying, but he got what, 6 out of 7 2 years ago and 4 out of 7 last year. Can't bet against that guy. Tiller, dude, nice. Top 100. Hell yeah, if you keep that up for an entire season. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You will be able to get a top 100 number plate without getting top 100 every round. I missed it by 20 points last season. Heartbreaker. 20 points, man. That's like one guy missing the main. I only had 2 guys miss the main the whole season. If one of them would have made the main, we would have been top 100. But, you know, such as it is, such as it goes. Barsha would have blown a motor and it would have been all my fault, right? Man, 252 with Webb, that's harsh. You were 25 places away. Yeah, you did too good, Austin. You should have threw the anchor a little bit back and got some Eagle Grit. Has anybody tried any of the Eagle Grit? Ironically enough, I have a friend that owns a subscription box for car culture, not even motocross stuff. And he had Eagle Grit in a box, and I got a box from him, and I'm like, yo, I know the guy that makes this stuff, actually. Like, I don't know him personally. And this year it was Benny that cost me my top 100 plates. Top 2,164, that's what's up, that's what's up. I'm not even kidding, guys. I think you're all gonna be shocked at how many people are gonna be in this. That I know that you look at it and you're like, top 2,000, that's not cool. I think you guys are gonna be very surprised at how many players there are. I'm picking Bloss next week. No, I'm stoked. Let me just tell you guys. Here's a little teaser for next week's video. Okay, here's who I want. Martin Davalos. What's his handicap gonna go up to? A 5, a 6? Let me get it. Benny missing the main at a 9. What's his handicap gonna do? 11, 12? Let me get it. You know, like, What's your league? What's my league? In the leagues, you can go in here and, well, they're probably, no, they're actually gonna show RotoX Fantasy League right here. That's the old name, I can't check it. The leagues are not working right now. Poor Marks, dude. Poor Marks. You know that shit is on fire at the Pulp headquarters right now. You already know, especially when we all log back in to check this. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with a TTR 100 or 110. Cody, you're just getting it right. You're cashing in. How'd you do, Cody? What score did we get? But yeah. So for anybody that doesn't know, after it's over, just come back here, chill out for a minute. I would say 20-30 minutes. Marks usually has the whole site back and operational again, so it's not so bad. Let me know how you guys feel about this. About doing this after show. Is this something you guys are into? Like, you want to talk a little bit of moto? What do we want to talk about? Do we want to talk 250s? Is this Craig's series to lose? I think if Forkner could have got through the pack a little bit sooner, I think he could have caught him. That doesn't mean he could have passed him, but I think he could have caught him. What about Webb, Osborne, Tomac, Sexton, Anderson? Dayton, dude, who are you gonna pick? Who are you gonna pick? You know what it is that we're gonna have this thing where we can't all pick those guys, right? That'd be silly. But if you like to zig when people zag, everybody's gonna pick those guys. I just want to say, I don't know if you guys watched my preseason power rankings, but I just want to say I gave Joey love. I put Joey at number 10, and look at Joey in 11th place. I'm just saying. Surprised at Craig's speed over Forkner. Chad, I wish I could see them drag race, because I agree, but by the time Forkner got into second, he was wheeling Craig in, but that's something that it's so hard to actually measure that, because that's not like apples to apples. Craig with a 7-second lead is not pushing, and Forkner down 7 seconds is pushing as hard as he can. You know what I mean? So I don't know if, because I was watching that, 7, 6, 5, 4 seconds, that gap deplete, and I'm like, I don't know if that's a good indicator that Forkner actually has the same pace as Craig, or if it's just that Craig has no reason to push, and Forkner, that's all he knows to do is to push. You know what I mean? Really can't win the series in the first round. You really can't win the series in the first round. It can tell us a lot. It can tell us that I think Barsha's the real deal. I think the Gas bike is the real deal. Not that anybody really questioned it. It's a KTM. Like, it was, of course it was going to be a Supreme bike. Does this put to rest Roxon, the worries about the 2021 not being a good bike? Because and to be fair, Freeze, I know Freeze ended up with 16th, but Freeze also looked good all day on the new 2021. And we really didn't get a good shot to look at Sexton, because he just never really had a fair shake. Forkner looked bad all day. I agree, Dave. I agree. I'm probably out on Forkner. Speaking of, so I'll be making another video before Houston 2. How many of you guys, like, today, like, this is the first race that you watched RotoMoto videos for, whether it be on YouTube or Twitter, whatever? Like, the amount of followers that we got on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram was so many here in the last, like, day or two. I wonder how many of you guys are brand new to Roto. Forkner will blow up when Jet. I'm not gonna. Okay, here we go. We might have some activity. Website's doing some things. I'm a Jet believer. I like Jet. I think he's gonna be good, but I definitely was not picking him today, because I think that he's still gonna be plagued with those 18-year-old mistakes. I hope that he's not plagued with them as long as AC and Forkner were, but I definitely think he's going to be plagued with them for at least this year. He's probably going to win a few races. He's going to have some amazing battles, and he's also going to have some amazing get-offs and whoops. You know what I mean? Was Brayton on the 2021? Chad, that's a good question. I don't know. We'll have to look that up. Because if Brayton was on the 2021, I think that says everything about Brayton. All right, let's see the championship. Are we refreshed? We are. All right, how many people were in the champion? Wait, results. Let's see how many people set. a lineup for Houston 1. 15,164. 15,000, dude. So if you were in the top 1,500, that's a top 10% score. Can we get a shout out for Woods 133 with his 30 points? Oh, he threw. That doesn't count. Come on, man. You can't throw. I want to know who had the worst score that wasn't throwing on purpose. Like somebody that just came out and... Yeah, that guy threw too. Shame. Shame. Let's look at the perfect scores. Juice 31. No, that's not working. Oh, maybe this isn't working yet. That's showing me. Give me SX21. That's not working yet. That's a shame. That's a shame. Makes my 1,060th place not so bad, right? Softball Dad. Yeah, hell yeah. I knew Jay Sagron. I'm like, I've seen that somewhere, but I know that's not what you go by. He can't handle the heat. He has the swag, but he will be a 5 to 10 guy. You really think so? Thomas Doe got me 38. Yeah. I almost skipped Thomas Doe. I don't know if it's Do or Doe. I almost skipped him because I knew he was going to be a super trendy pick. But once it came out that Lopes was out and Pettis was likely out, I was like, man, he's going to make the name. Normally, I don't touch those kind of guy. I'm going to say Doe. I like Doe. Like Doe. Like Thomas Doe. Money, money, money. That's not what I want to do. All right, so now all of a sudden, the race is gone. We were there for like 1 second, we had it, and now all of a sudden it's gone again. We'll get it back. We'll get it back. Does the league load? No. How many people are in the industry idiots league? How many of you guys are in the money? Yeah, these still aren't working. Shame. Tanner, you're in, of course. Hood's in. I wasn't gonna do it. I told myself I wasn't gonna do it this year, not because I don't want to play for money, but because I just don't have the money. It's been a really rough time. You're not here to talk about that, but I just want to say I really super fucking appreciate all of you guys that support on the Patreon and have bought merch and stuff like that. Like, that's been a big deal. So Harper, there is a league called the Industry Idiots League. It's closed now, but it's a $100 buy-in league, and 100% payout. It's over $60,000 of payout. Tough, man. I appreciate it, Tanner. Yeah, it's just between like COVID really hit. If you guys don't know, like I have my own business. I make decals and we make t-shirts and we go to car shows, and I mean, we lost 40% of our income last year from not having events. And then we kind of had like a housing thing come up. We had to move, which obviously kind of tapped into some of our reserves. And then my mom, like, it's just been like a 2020 hit everybody different, but I think it hit everybody, you know what I mean? So yeah, but I was actually sponsored. I'm not gonna say by who, because I don't want to put them on the spot, but I was actually sponsored into the league. So that's really cool. Somebody was like, no, you need to be in it. So I really appreciate that. But it was an industry person, really rad. Doubled his players, dude. Rodney, I saw those numbers and I'm like, that's insanity. What is it? 600 people are in the league now. Is that what it is? Are the leagues if any of you guys get leagues loading and stuff, let me know just in case you don't see me doing it yet. And Dan's emails are always the best. Can I just say that, Dan, if you guys don't know, how many of you guys go to races, have met some of these guys? I went to Indy, I went to St. Louis last year. And I made this silly little website. I made a couple videos. I made like 3 videos, and then Saturday morning, St. Louis. I'm in St. Louis, and I get a message on Twitter from Dan Truman that says, "Hey, are you at the race?" And I said, "Yeah." Like he must have saw somewhere that I said I was going. He was like, "Stop by Chad Reed's booth. I'd love to meet you." So here I am in the pits at the pit party, and I look over, and I'm at Chad Reed's booth. I'm trying to find Dan, but I don't see him. And I look over, and Steve and Wygan are there. Like, this is how accessible the sport is. The sport's so cool. They're just standing like right next to me. And I just had talked to Steve the night before, and I said, "Hey Steve, do you know, is Dan in Chad's rig right now? Like, do you know that he's in there?" And he's like, "Yeah, do you want me to go get him for me? Or do you want me to go get him for you?" And I'm like, "Yes, Mr. Mathis and Mr. Wygant, you go do my bidding. Go find Dan Truman and retrieve him for me." But like, man, Dan was like, "Yeah, come on in, man." And we just hung out and talked fantasy and talked moto and talked life. Like, these guys are just so cool. It's not just that they are, you know, they do this janky game and this janky radio show. Like, these guys are legit super cool dudes. I wish these people would roll over to Supercross. It seems like half the people that play Supercross back out for outdoors. Tanner, seriously though, like, I was looking at the numbers. Do I have that saved anywhere? I was looking at the numbers of players from each round, and it's bad, man. It's bad. Let me see if I still have the spreadsheet I can pull up. I mean, hell, even just, do you know how many people quit once we went to Salt Lake last year? Where is that sheet? So the very first round last year, at A1, we had 13,700 people set their team. And by SLC 7, we had 6,300. We had more paid people in the league at the beginning of the season than we had total players by the end. So I think last year that really hurt. And then going into outdoor was even less than that. Last year there were only 4,658 people that signed up for the championship league for outdoor, which really hurts. I think there's less luck. See, I think it's the other way. I wouldn't really call it luck, but there's definitely a lot more happenstance in outdoors. Because you can pick a guy perfect and their bike could blow up. They could roast the clutch. You know, there's just so many more things that can go wrong. I think outdoor you know what, softball, I think the big deal is it depends on how you pick. Because for me, I pick a more conservative, safer team. My mantra, if you guys watch the video, you know I'm like 8 in the main. I want 8 in the main every single race. I'm not messing with these 13, 14 handicap A-Rays and Entignaps. I don't want them. I know that they can be good sometimes. I know a lot of you guys pick Jeremy Hand and we're hoping for big things. There's a reason that I do not pick Jeremy Hand. I love the guy. I love these people, but these are not the people I want on my team. Is that I already get all 8 in the main in Supercross, so I don't have as much of the luck issue come in because I pick guys that make it to the main. But in outdoor, there is no floor. Anybody can score 0, no matter what your handicap is, and I think that's really hard for me. You trade people not making the mains in Supercross for people DNFing, yeah, and it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. I think outdoors is tougher just because there's so many picks. I'm also a guy who goes full send, and that helps in outdoors and hurts in Supercross. That's fair, Tanner. But you did well. What is your number last year? You got in top, what, like 25, right? The weather. Oh, the weather too. The weather. I also just don't follow outdoors as much as I have Supercross over the years. So I don't know a lot of the intricacies of the local guys and the tracks and stuff like that. I'm just really happy that I get to do this with you guys, because playing is fun, but playing is second nature for me. I'm already, as soon as it's over, I'm already compiling stats again, ready to go back out. By the way, what do you guys think of the new, like, do you guys like the shapes and the colors and the things and the logos? Like, we cool on branding? I spent way too much time on all of that stuff this year. Yeah, it's still pretty janky. Outdoor time of year is my busy time. Same. Yeah, so like, we do the car shows. I'm in Ohio. We're in the Midwest weather. It snows on one day, it rains on one day, it's sunny the next day, over and over again. April to September is my big season for work. Like we have big car shows in April, we have big ones in September. Like our biggest ones start and end the season, and then we have like a little bit in the middle. So Supercross is beautiful for me. We do online orders and I ship out too, but nothing like what I have to stock 5,000 decals to take to events. So I have all the time in the world to do this, but when it's outdoor seasons, between fantasy and my real job and me wanting to go and ride what little I get to, looks good. Awesome. Appreciate it, guys. I really worked hard on it. I'm glad that you guys like it. The only thing I didn't get done was cheat sheets. They're still using the same, the cheat sheets are still using the same layout as last year, but I just kind of moved stuff around a little bit. I just ran out of time. Only so much time in the day. For motocross, I print out the register riders and just throw darts. You know what? That works, Ron Dog. That works as good as I can do. Last year, I'm so mad because last year I was like, I was so stoked coming out of Supercross being 20 points out of a top 100 that when I went into outdoor, I was like, I'm gonna take this thing seriously. And like the third round of the season, by the third round of the season, I think I had 8 0-point motos. And I'm like, I'm done, dude. I am toast. Not even worth doing. Cheat sheets are fine. I appreciate it. But yeah, thank you guys for showing up for this after thing. I don't really have a plan. I'd like to have a plan moving forward, but I think one thing that Moto is missing that I really want to inject into it is there's no, I mean, like, you know, Pulp live shows are great when they have all the guests and all that stuff. Like, that's cool, but we don't have back and forth. Like, I always know so much that I'm like, I want to, you know, I wish we could talk directly to them, and you can't. You can't do that. I want to be able to talk to you guys directly because I'm one of you. I want to talk to you guys. You know what I mean? We do the work. That's why we're here on the Saturday. That's true. I'm not sure. I can't commit right now to doing Tuesday. I would like to do Tuesday night, and I don't have a reason not to. But do you guys think you would reasonably be able to come on a Tuesday, or is it more of a Tuesday races, man, when the race is off, y'all are gonna hit the sack because you gotta go to bed, wake up early. This is great because I have no outlet after the race. That's what I'm saying, Rodney. Like, every time the race is over, I mean, in a normal circumstance, the race is over now, and we have to wait until the Pulp show on Monday. Like, that's the next big thing is 8 o'clock for my time, 8 o'clock Eastern on Monday, and that's like so much pent-up frustration for 2 whole days, you know what I mean? Won't make it to Tuesday. We'll probably be watching races on Wednesday afternoon. That's fair. I would watch after on Tuesday, but I'm on the West Coast. Where are you guys located in the world? What time zone or whatever are we in? Does anybody else do like me? I like Benny as a person. I'm always so conflicted because Benny was just on the cusp. And I was like, I like Benny, I want him in, but I looked at his pick trend and I'm like, actually no, because if he doesn't make it, a lot of people are gonna get a 0, and I need that 0 for other people. Arizona, California, Oklahoma, Florida. Man, all over already. Minnesota. Massachusetts, Kansas, Massachusetts, Bama. Man, I love that we have 2 people in the same state, and it's Massachusetts. Michael, I didn't know you're from Ohio. Are you? What part of Ohio are you from? 805, California, Arizona, Northern Cal. Oh yeah. Are you guys going to any races this year? Any of my Midwest people gonna be in Indy? Tennessee, Cody. What part of Tennessee are you from? We vacation down to like the Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge. We go for the mountains and we go for the Tail of the Dragon, but like that's the part of the area we go to is like Gatlinburg, Knoxville, Pigeon Forge. Going to Hangtown, nice. I know we've talked about before, but I'm going to Indy 1 and 2. I'm gonna have to reach out because I put in, I don't expect to get it, but I did put in a request for press, which I got last year. They did give me press access for Indy last year, but then of course it got canceled for COVID, and I put in again this year, but I haven't heard back. It's been like a week, so I might have to. Do you ever feel that, like, Sean Brennan follows me on Twitter, which that's like the public relations manager for Supercross and Feld, but I don't want to just like slide into this dude's DMs, you know what I mean? But I don't have an email address either, and I'm like, what is the protocol here to just be like, yo man, I was just checking to see if we could work something out. I'm going to all the indies. I'm only an hour away. Dude, Tanner, are you going to the pre-show? DC, Indy, I hope. Flagging 2 races in Dig Dug at Daytona. Oh, dude, that's sweet. Chillin', you'll be at Indy 1. Are you going to the pre-show? Just came back from GAT. I live like 15 minutes from Muddy Creek. Oh, that's cool, Cody. That's rad. Arena and random 110 race in Oklahoma. Slide in there. Okay, I'll slide in there. I'll be like, listen, Sean, I just wanna be important, Sean. Please. But the plan right now is the wife and I will be there for pre-show and the first race. Then she's gonna drive home to Columbus, and then my best friend is going to drive Sunday night or Monday morning, and then we're gonna watch Tuesday together and then drive home. Dude, I would love to do some kind of meetup. Absolutely, absolutely. I ordered merch. I don't think I'm gonna get the hat in time because it has to be stitched or whatever. Because I always have a hat on, but I will have shirt. I will have a shirt on at least. I will have things. I don't have any friends that are into moto to go, but I've considered just going by myself. Tanner, it wouldn't be a bad idea to be by yourself. It really depends. The one thing that would really suck being by yourself is the fact that there's no pit party this year for Indy. Because normally you could at least just walk around, you know, the pits, even if you're by yourself, and look around. But with there being no pit party, if you could drive there, watch the race, and drive home, I would do that by myself. But I wouldn't stay overnight or anything. My podcast, Ron Dog, have you tried? Because I didn't think Roto would be big enough. I just threw one out there. I just was like, what's the worst that can happen? Oh, I meant for Pulp live show. I'm going to the races. Oh, yeah, dude. Well, if you're going to the live show, I think it's worth going by yourself. We went last year for St. Louis, and it's just a podcast that you're present to. So it's kind of cool to mingle a little bit before the show, but you can also just, I mean, me and her just kind of kept to ourselves. We didn't even really talk much because it's kind of loud. It's good people watching, if anything else. If you go to Deals Gap, what kind of street bikes do you ride? Hood, I actually, so, I guess I can show you. Let me find a picture. So I took my Honda Grom there twice. I don't know if any of you guys are into like the Grom scene, but I had a Grom that I dumped way too much time and money into that I really, really, really loved. Alright, so there's one picture. But then last year, well, not last year, we didn't go for 2020, but for 2019, we actually took our cars. I have a 370Z, and my wife has a Mini Cooper S, and we took our cars for that. But here's this. Yeah, so here was my Grom. Obviously not really recognizable to a normal Grom. This was the second year I went. And dude, if you guys have a chance, if you're into little bikes like that, the Grom is so much fun to take to the Dragon, and you'd be shocked at how well this thing goes. Like there were like 600 RRs that showed up that I could ride circles around, because obviously they had all the power in the world, but they could not hang in the corners. It was so much fun. Even being low like this, I had a blast on it. It was super cool. With Glendale canceled, I'm trying to make one of the 2 rounds in Salt Lake City. That'd be cool, Ron Dog. I hope you can make it. There were a lot of people that by themselves at A1. Sam, do you have moto people in your life to go with, or did you go by yourself, or did you drag somebody else around? AC9 program in the background. Yes, pretty much. This is pretty much what I listen to all the time. So I hope it's cool with you guys. It was just something that I found 1 hour of pop punk instrumentals, and I was like, perfect background music for me. Today was a blast. It really was. It was just, Tars, it was just really rad to have some semblance of normalcy back in the world, even if it was just for a day. Because I know we weren't in Anaheim, and we're a couple weeks late starting the season. But I don't know, this felt kind of nice. The whole day I kind of forgot about everything else going on in the world for just a minute. It was really nice. What car are you showing? Tanner, so I don't really show my car anymore, because we go to the car shows and we work them, like we set up a booth, so I don't really have time to do anything cool. But I did have, let's see if I can find a picture of it. There's one. I'm not used to streaming like this on this kind of like setup, and it's really weird. So this was my show car. I don't know if I can get that to fit right. That'll have to do. Yeah, that. So I had an Integra Type R. I don't know if any of you guys are into like Japanese stuff. It might not be your thing. But this was like, I got accepted to Honda Day, which was really cool. The IBOC Honda meet, to be like in the VIP section and stuff like that. I took it to a track day and like drove it on a circuit. That was really neat. Now the show car, if any, that we have is you guys might have seen it when I posted up some moto pictures. We have a Honda Odyssey on 20-inch wheels on air ride. And yes, the Grom could fit inside of it. You could load it in one sliding door and roll it out the other. But when I go to the track day, this is what I take with me. So I put the dirt bike on a hitch on the back. That's how we haul bikes. It's so obnoxious. It's so stupid, but it's fun. The early start time was better. Yeah, I actually really liked the 6 p.m. on the East Coast. What was it like for you guys on the West? I mean, shit, it's only what? It's only 6:30 for you guys. Have you even eaten dinner yet? Maybe go to around 2 or 3. You should. You absolutely should. Okay, this is not royalty free. We gotta set that back up. Looks like the leagues are up. Nice. Who won the Roto League? Green Mountain Flyers, you in here? Who's in here? Do I see any names that I recognize? Tiller, maybe? Cody? I see 3 Smoke. You guys all crushed my ass. How far back did I end up? Middle of my own league, probably. Ooh, am I really? Oh no, never mind. It switched from Supercross to Motocross. There we go. 88, yeah, right in the middle, baby. Right in the middle. Love it. The link didn't work. Harper, you can still join. It's fine. There's no limit on it. How's the Industry Idiots League looking? That's what we really need to know. Has Dan emailed with what the payouts are gonna be? I don't think I saw that one if he did. God, how far back am I? Ew. Ew. 417th, disgusting. My favorite thing about this color is you'll never miss it. It's so easy to find in this leaderboard. It's so easy to find, dude. Tied for 14th Gulf Coaster. Oh, no shit. JT is in 4th. Is he really? That fucker. What did he pick? Of course he picked Varizi. That's insider trading. That's insider trading. There's no way he knew. There's no way. There's no way he knew. I usually go with my family and friends too, but I'm one of those people that makes friends easily, so I actually make even more friends when I'm at the races. That's cool. Lit. So if you guys don't know, Harper's one of my buddies. He knows nothing about any of this. This is his first time ever playing fantasy. He knows motocross, but he doesn't ever play fantasy. Who does that, right? Because here's the thing. Here's some other help for you guys. Don't beat yourself up over who you didn't pick. If you're thinking to yourself like, oh, I don't know if I want to take Barsha or Tickle, like I did earlier, and I picked Tickle and I was wrong, and I can admit that was wrong, and I can be like, man, if I would have picked Barsha, I would have scored these many points. But don't beat yourself up over guys you weren't even looking at. Josh Varizi is not a good pick. Just because he paid off and scored 52 points doesn't change the fact that that was not a good pick. Just because things pay off doesn't mean they were good. Like, if you bet on a long shot 100 to 1 and you win, nobody would say that was a good pick. You know what I mean? You just got lucky. I almost picked Heartraft. Tanner, I looked at him a little bit, but he was never really on my radar, but man. Good thing you didn't. That would have been a rough one. If your time is short, the two things I use most is your early review on Patreon and the enhanced cheat sheet. How many of you guys do the Patreon? Do you guys get, and if you don't use the Patreon, did you guys like the enhanced cheat sheet? Because I gave it out for free today. Just to give you guys an idea of what's in store for the Patreon. And it'll get better as the season goes on and I have more data to put in it. But logging last year's data took me, I mean, I spent 10 hours. I spent probably 10 hours just putting together 2020's data just so that I can put it on like today's cheat sheet, and then I'll never do it again. You know what I mean? I have heavily considered guys, they kill it and I lose sleep for days. If I didn't have them on my short list, then it's just whatever. Yeah, you can't beat yourself up over that. I think that's one thing that a lot of people would do, is they beat themselves up when they shouldn't. Varizi's a good rider. Oh, for sure. That's what I'm not saying that he got lucky. He is a good rider, but he's just not somebody that I think was a smart pick. He could have just as easily round up as a 0. Very easily could have wound up as a 0. How do you do it? For the Patreon, I got you. So if you just go to rotomoto.co, that's the website for Roto, and there's a link for the Patreon right in there. But I will, I'll link you directly here if you want to. Maybe? There you go. That'll do also. All right, so let me see what I got here. Let me see what I can pull up for stats. Championship, is this loading yet? Yes, okay. So I need to talk to Marks, because whenever I want to find out how many people in the championship league, you should be able to hit this button. Oh, it works now. Bless him. Really? That seems low. Only 4,181 people are in the championship league and set their lineup. That feels extremely low. That has to be a glitch. That's less than last year. That has to be a glitch. There's no way. We'll have to talk to Marks about it. Yeah, that's low. See, look, because we're We're here at 259. This is all goofed up. See, now it's giving, yeah, now it's giving me outdoor motocross numbers again. We'll give him time. We'll get there eventually. '51st in the championship. Nice, dude. Without, oh, I know, right? Yeah, I was gonna say, Chris, there should be thousands. I guess we can do this. Who has the lowest championship rank? I guess we can go from there, right? How does your factory back there shirt other merch look? Chillin', good question. Let me pull up the merch for you here. Here's the merch store. Maybe. What are you doing? There we go. So here's the merch store that we have out for RotoMoto. So we have two hoodies. They're very similar. Black, just simple black hoodie, RotoMoto word mark. This one's the RotoMoto Fantasy Support Group hoodie, and then I've got the stacked logo. This is the same as this one. Hat, book bag, beanie, the word mark, and then the raglan. I'm really partial to raglans, baseball tees. I love those things so much. And then I actually don't have the Patreon shirt. I don't have it previewable. I have the art made up for it, but I don't know if I can find it quickly, so I'll probably wait. I will post that on Twitter. Who asked me that? Who asked me that? Where did it go? Chillin'. Chillin', if you can, message me, at me on Twitter or Instagram or something, and remind me, and I will post it so that you can see it. Someone in your league is in first place. I was actually really stoked to see how many people in the Roto League like go hard and take this seriously. I really want to have prizes for you guys. We just haven't worked anything out yet. As far as I'm really trying to get some sponsors lined up. I don't expect like a bunch of stuff for free, but you know, just a little something would be cool for you guys to open you guys up. How many of you guys ride? Would you guys rather have, so if we were to have prizes, would you guys rather have like motocross stuff? Because I know that Pulp and JT and all those, I know those guys always have, you know, hard parts to give out and stuff like that. Do you guys want more stuff like that, or would you rather have like some Roto merch for winners or something like completely different? Order the backpack for school. Tasha, that was you. I was so surprised when somebody ordered the backpack. I was like, I never thought I would actually sell one of the backpacks. I just needed a 9th item. And I was like, you know what? I might like to have a backpack. I'll put a backpack up there. But I saw that somebody ordered it and I was like, that's so cool. That's really rad. I appreciate it. So the first place is Green Mountain Flyers is the first place overall, and they are in our league. Where does the name RotoMoto come from? Tars, that's a great question. So I'm a big fantasy sport person in general. I've played fantasy baseball since the 90s, since I was a child, and I barely understood what I was doing. I played fantasy football a ton, and I've actually been the commissioner of multiple leagues. So Roto is a term that kind of comes from fantasy. So if you ever look up like Roto World or the Talented Mr. Roto, those are all fantasy related things. Roto comes from when they invented fantasy baseball in 1979. They were at a restaurant called Rotisserie. So it was originally called the Rotisserie League, and then that got shortened to Roto. So that's where Roto comes from. Roto is short for rotisserie. I was originally going to call it Rotocross, like motocross with an R. I didn't expect any of this to actually happen. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I didn't think anybody would ever watch the videos. I didn't think that Pulp would like retweet them. I didn't think any of this would happen. So I was kind of like, when it started happening, I'm like, I kind of have to just pick a name and go with it. So that's why we just went with Roto X, because it was easy to say. But the more I thought about it over the year, I thought Roto X was too similar to Racer X, and I didn't want to confuse anybody by thinking we were affiliated, because we're not. I don't want anybody to think that like I'm piggybacking off of Racer X or anything. So I switched it to RotoMoto. Also, it's fun to say. Just say it out loud right now. Just RotoMoto. It's nice. It rolls off well. You guys want merch, merch, merch. Shirts and hats. I unfortunately don't have a bike. No sweat. For those of you guys that do have a bike, what kind of bike do you have? I didn't know that. Yeah, if anybody's... This is so stupid, but there's a ESPN 30 for 30 called Silly Little Game. So if any of you guys want to know the history of like fantasy sports, there's a little ESPN documentary about it. It's really good. It's really neat to see. It's really a shame that these guys, these 12 guys, I think it was, that invented this thing, have made like no money from it at all. It's like a $3 billion industry, and they made so very little money. It's really a sham. CRF 150, KTM 300. Dave, you all about that two-stroke life? I see you. RM 125, YZ 250, a 1980 CB 650 custom. Chris, now that's sweet. YZ 450. Those are nice bikes. I like to see other bikes. KTM 1190, nice, and a Beta 390. CRF 250, Husky 250. Oh, Tony, tell me about that 01 CR125. I had an 03 CR125. It was my first bike as an adult. I hadn't ridden in like 15 years since I was a kid, and I got an 03 CR125. And I was like, I love two strokes. I was raised on two strokes and whatever. I can't ride that thing worth shit, man. You have to ride a 125 so hard to make it fun, and I'm too old and too slow, and I just was like, I never thought I'd ever want a four-stroke, but here I was. I'm like, sometimes I just want to just twist the throttle from nothing and have instant torque. That sounds really nice. I would like to have that. I have an 03 125, nice. Damn, 51 Tony and 55 BMX. Do you guys race? Hey Tars, thanks for popping in, man. I'm gonna wrap this up shortly anyway. We will see you guys hopefully on Tuesday. I will let you know ahead of time if we're gonna do the live show or not again. I really like doing it, but we'll have to see how it comes when Tuesday rolls around. You raced in 82 and 91. I have a buddy. I say buddy. It's my dad's friend, but I would consider us friends. He's 50... Man, I don't know, 55, 56. And he races every fucking weekend, man. He races flat track most of the time, but if there is no flat track available and there is no flat track, but there's a motocross track open, he'll race moto. He'll race woods, he'll race trials, and I just look at him. And I just, I'm like, he was the reason I got a bike, is I was like, I don't want to be 50 and be boring. I want to be 50 and I want to still be cool. And I went out and bought a bike and immediately hurt myself. Now a photographer. Tony, what kind of stuff do you do for photography? How to contact you? Mick G, email me at RotoXFantasy. Here, I'll just type it. Shit. You can email me at rotoxfantasy@gmail.com. I will have a new email. I will have a Donnie at rotomoto.co soon. That was just something that I didn't really have ready to go. The pick PP125 just used, I took... No shit, Tony, that's so cool. No tag. How dare. How dare. I was a BMX pro from 84 to 96. I had the time of my life. That sounds so cool, dude. That sounds so cool. Did you do dirt or did you do asphalt? I went to the live pulp show last night. Tars, was it rad? We have tickets to go for Indy. I want to get into those vintage bike races. Those do look cool. Vintage bikes are really neat. I don't know if they're my thing. I kind of like it better. Racing modern equipment because I'm less likely to get really hurt. Just racing, dirt jumping. Well, just racing, dirt jumping wasn't that popular at the time. That's fair. We have a, we just moved, but where we moved from, they built this super nice, like triple dirt BMX park. You know, they have like the pro and then like the middle and then like small, and they even had like a little kids one. It was so rad. That stuff's so cool to look at. How you get tickets, Michael? I'm not sure exactly how, but if you go to pulpmx.com, I think on the website there's a link on there somewhere. If anybody can find that link or has that, let me know. I've shot 4 nationals now inside and had media to Loretta's this last year, a few picks and Racer X. Man, that's so cool. New 4 years ago. Tony, if there's anything I learned from this, is if you have drive, determination, and you're a likable guy and you can provide what the people are looking for, there's a market for you. It doesn't matter what your experience is. If you do good work, people will like it. Weston Pike was there. They gave out prizes. That's rad, man. My passion is burned in moto. Tony, same. I tried to do other things. I've tried a lot of other things, and this is still something that I really enjoy. Nothing gets me like this. Do you see Tomac owning up next 3 days here? I don't. I'm not concerned that Eli did not do well tonight. He typically doesn't do well in the openers, so I'm not concerned. I would be more concerned if, as good as Barsha looked and as good as we want Kenny to be, if it would have been like Webb, Osborne, Muskin, Anderson 1 through 4 and Eli all the way back, I'd be concerned for Eli. But right now, I still think that Webb is probably still his biggest competition, and Webb is only, what, 4 points up? So I'm not really that concerned. I think that Tomac will be fine. But with that being said, I don't think that... I don't know, man. I don't know if he's going to have the burn anymore. I will not pick Eli for round 2, Tars. I don't think I will. We'll have to see what the handicaps are. But I don't think I would. Dylan said he proved he is still the GOAT by not letting the crash... Rondog, what are you doing out here spreading the gospel of Dylan, man? We don't want that. We don't want that around here. We don't want that. We don't want that at all. Is Barsha? I'm going to put Kenny. Give me Kenny for 2. I was at the race last year when Kenny came and won the second race of the season. I was there. Kenny loves round 2. I raced moto in 76, 77, but I broke my bike, so I had to go back to BMX. I also had Marvin, Tony. I think Marvin, I said, how many of you guys take the video to heart? Because I told you guys who to pick. I said pick Marv. I told you to pick Faulkner. Those both worked out great. I told you to pick, I told you not to pick Marty. How did that guy do? I told you to pick Joey. I'm just saying. I'm not saying I have all the answers all the time. I'm just saying I have some of the answers some of the time. You know what I mean? What started the beef? Andy, is there beef? I'm not sure if there was beef or if that was just like something, you know, that happened. I'm 53. I gave up moto for 20 years and I worked in the Harley industry. Got back into racing a couple years ago and I love it more now than ever. I love how many of you guys are older too. Like, that's so cool. I had no idea. I love that this is something that we can all do together no matter how old you are. Like, there are people that are teenagers that do this. Not just moto, but like fantasy, all that stuff. There are dudes in their 50s. There is no right age for moto. Do you guys have kids that ride or kids that race? Any weekend warrior race dads out there? I was surprised how well Osborne did because he crashed hard. He did. He really did. I think it's important to show that Webb, I know Webb went down, but Osborne really showed between Osborne, Anderson, Webb, and Tomac, the 4 that had trouble. I think Osborne showed me the most. You know what I mean? Your first impression videos are really good. Thank you. I'm glad that you guys like them. I'm not excited about having to make a video every 3 days, but we'll do it, man. We'll do it. This year I got in the habit. I made, how many videos did we make this week? I made like 5 videos this week. 1, 2, 3, 4. I made 5 videos in 7 days to kind of get me in the like groove of constantly churning out the videos. So hopefully we'll be able to do it now. Which, by the way, thank you guys so much for watching the videos. If you want to help the channel but you don't have, or you don't want to spend any money, which is absolutely 100% fine. If you want to help the channel, the best thing you guys can do, this is anybody. This is social media 101. I work in marketing stuff. Liking stuff is cool. Liking posts and liking videos is cool, but comments are so everything. So like, even if you like the video, comment on it and say you like the video. Just say it's rad, or tell me something. Tell me whatever. Doesn't matter. Just say something. And then like on Twitter, if you see something, like I post something, say, hey, new videos live, like before you click and go watch it, just say something like that. Seriously, I watch these numbers all day, and those are like the biggest things to really do it. And I love doing Roto, and I would like to continue doing Roto as long as I can, but also I would love to get enough, you know, attention to maybe make Moto, I don't know, some sort of journalism like full time. That'd be super rad. I'd love to do this with you guys full time. Like having these after every race all year, having sponsors being like, you know, the RotoMoto fantasy support group sponsored by whatever. Like that'd be so rad, man. I'd have so much fun doing that. I think if Zach gets a start, oh, easy chillin'. Easy he is, yeah. Osborne looks strong. Osborne looks good. I'm still just a little worried about Osborne with just little tip over things. I don't know what it is. Like in Supercross, he just seems to, I know he put it together in Salt Lake for the most part, but he always just has these little things where he gets like a little aggressive, or his heart gets beaten just a little too fast for his own good. I have a jersey collection of like 60. Tony, that is sick, dude. I really want to get some jerseys. I want to get, you guys can't really see it, but like I have this spot on the wall right here. I actually want to get some number plates. Jerseys would be cool, but I want number plates. I think that'd be cooler to fit there. 13th in idiots. Tony, I think he only pays out top 10, but I could be wrong. Or he'll pay out top 10 well, and then like 11 through 20 get a small amount. I made a little bit last year in idiots. I think I scored money on 2 individual rounds. I made like 40 bucks or something back out of my 100. I race hair scrambles, and I watch guys that are almost 70 can barely walk to their bike. Just times are good enough to be top 10 B class. Just go like hell, dude. They do. It's so cool. Who impressed you the most, and who was your biggest letdown? Rondog? I think Max Voland impressed me. I told you guys not to pick him, and I still stand by it. How did he end up doing? I think he ended up doing fine, but I was expecting nothing. No, we're not gonna work. Pulp's not gonna work. That's fine. I'll go to AMA. Ah, there we go. Official finish. Yeah, he finished 9th. I mean, I know 9th doesn't feel like much, but I was totally expecting him to go out there and just get smoked, dude. I was totally expecting him to just get smoked, and he did not. The most underwhelming guy for me was probably... How did you ask it? Let me make sure I answer the question you asked. My biggest letdown... I'm a little disappointed that Jet didn't hold it together. I know that his little slip-up was not anything to be concerned about, but I was just like, man, come on. I knew he was gonna wreck out, and I still somehow was upset about it. But he's a young kid, and that's how he's gonna ride. Well, we double. Dude, I know, Tony. That's a lot. Do your video from a van and have a thumbnail of a girl in a bikini? Oh, Dave, I know, man. I know. Clickbait is fun, right? I won 1,000. I won a week in the Triple Crown. Tony, that's rad, dude. Can we take a moment to acknowledge that Chiz is gonna chiz? Wrong dog. I will say though. I think he might have had a little bit more trouble if the field was as stacked as it could have been, because we had a couple guys go down, a couple guys missed the race. I think if you put Bogle and McElrath in there, and Benny doesn't go down, because Benny would have qualified out of the heat, then you're like, oh no. Shimoda, dude. Oh, you know what, Andy? Absolutely. Can I get love for Joe Shimoda? That heat race start, he started and he was like gone. And I love that kid so much, dude. He is just, I don't know, like he doesn't say a lot. He's kind of like shy almost, but I think he's going to be great. Joe Shimoda is going to be the Chase Sexton kind of type, where he's never going to come out and give you and get the hype of like a Faulkner or a Jet or have the speed of those guys, but he's just going to come out and do it every week. He's just going to come out and do it. Now, again, like this 4th place should have easily been a 7th if Hampshire, Jet, and Mosman didn't go down for silly reasons, but still so excited to see that kid run up front. Good kid. RJ2, I called it after that pass. Yeah, I was really disappointed to see RJ wash it. That was such a rookie mistake. Hammaker is from my district. Can't wait. Dude, same. I'm excited to see what he's going to do. Chase Sexton's from Illinois. You ride like 6 months of the year. How? You so good. Well, he's from Illinois, but you know he's probably been in Florida since he was like 12. We have snow a lot. Yeah, so I'm from Ohio, obviously. So we've got, let me think, Jeremy Hand and Logan Carnow, I think, are the 2 that are representing Ohio. Oh, and AP, of course, Plessinger, which his dad actually runs a big track here. His dad's Scott. And then he just bought another one of the big tracks. So now he has 2 of the big tracks in the state, which is really cool. So hopefully I'll be AP will come to some of the local races. That'd be cool. You had Hand, Tony. That's a good pick. I'm not ballsy enough to pick that at all, but not for me. And he's 18. Yeah. Joe Shimoda's 18 years old. Chase lives in Illinois till he was 17. Did he really? Joe did nothing last season though. Yeah, but Tanner, that's the thing though, is that's the kind of rookie that's what should happen. Is a rookie should come out, especially a 17-year-old rookie, and get top 10s. That's all that I would want out of Shimoda last year. We need to stop being so hard on these kids. Can we all just, I know there's only a few of you in this room, but can we all just get together and stop being so hard on these kids, these literal teenagers? Because it's not their, like, they can't be expected to win championships their rookie season. We need to stop that. I know it happens every now and then. I know we get the AC hype and the Faulkner hype and the Jet Lawrence hype, but like those guys are the exception, not the rule. We need to stop bailing on people like Sean Cantrell and Derek Drake and really anybody else that Red Bull KTM ever had on the roster. Like, please just let them have a year or two to get rolling. Oh my God. If anything, maybe a little bit of silver lining from this COVID stuff is, can we maybe interrupt the pipeline a little bit so that we don't have so much competition being shoved into the pipeline, that we can give guys just 2 years to work themselves out? Because that would be great. I just want to see these kids get a fair chance. Imagine being that you're told your entire life, like, these kids are the best they've ever come across. They go to the local track and they win everything. Like, so I raced flat track as a kid. I never raced motocross. I raced flat track. And I can say from experience, I raced at a high level. I won state championships. I placed in the top 5 nationally. And it's a smash in the face when you go from like winning everything, everything locally, and then you go to state and you win everything, and then you go regional and you win everything, and then you go to national and you just get pounded. Like, my first national ever on a 50, I got dead last. Like, we were not prepared for that competition. But then the next year I came back and I got, I don't even remember, like 12th. And then eventually my last year that I raced, I got 5th. I got 5th overall flat track in the nation, which was really cool. And that's like my biggest achievement. I went third, 7th and 8th. I wrecked and got 8th in the half mile, which was a bummer, but I'm like really proud of it. But let the kids grow, man. It's hard that first time you just get your teeth knocked in by the literal best in the world. Like poor Max Voland. Yeah, I feel like he was like a scared little chihuahua out there, man. Just thrown to the wolves. Hunter Sales and Justin Braxton killed it for me. Oh, Justin Brayton. Yeah, dude, Sales was a great pick. I'm glad that I picked him up. So I at the very last minute, I dropped Curran Thurman, and thank God I did. I told you guys I had him on my early team, and I fully believed in him, but I just at the last minute, you ever just have that? I just had a feeling. And I was like, I couldn't decide if I was going to add Thomas or if I was going to add Dew or I was going to add Sales. And I said, know what? I want to add them both, and Thurman had to go. And look at me now. I wouldn't have gone live if I would have did that bad. If I would have been like 180, I would have been like, nah, you guys are fine. I'm fine. Broke my leg. I can't show up. Catch me at the airport saying I'm picking somebody up. I rode open track days but never raced in any discipline. My dad was all about it. My dad. I had that dad. I had that dad that would pick me up from school and take me to the track and you know, and I just wanted to be a kid, and I had that dad. So if anybody else had that dad out there, I feel you. Volan will have a break though. A breakthrough rookie season. I'm shocked. He looks so chill. He looks so calm. Again, I think he will be great. And I mean, he should be. He should be great. I think any rook that makes every race their first year is a very successful rookie season. I agree, Ron Dog. I mean, because you look at Swole last year, nobody's shitting on Swole like people shit on Shimoda, and Swole missed his first main ever. They want him to get top 10. Hey, he did. He got 9th. Props to him. Me and my 146 tried our best. It's okay, Tasha. It's okay. Hey, everybody has a bad one, man. Everybody has a bad one. Chase Sexton will be on top. I just find it amazing, a guy coming from the Midwest, dominating very soon. Quite impressive. I agree. I think Chase is going to be a guy. I think Chase Sexton, I said it in my video, Chase Sexton gives me Ryan Dungey vibes. He's never going to come out and be the absolute fastest guy on the track, but he's always going to be there, and he's not going to make mistakes. And then he did today, but you know, we don't talk about that. Same for me, but it was my big brother. He was my dad, and why I love moto. Hell yeah, Tony. Hell yeah. Rest in peace to Tony's big brother. I feel you. I have a little sister who is young enough to be my child, technically, so I totally feel that kind of relationship. I felt pretty sure that Steve wouldn't pick Marty. Bugged me that he would pick him for his lock of the week when I didn't think he would pick him. Curious if he did or not. Tars, we can go and look. Do you want to go and look? If you guys don't know, go to Championship. If this will load for me. Or I'm sorry, go to Leagues. And there's a league called Admins. Any Bogle update? Jace, I haven't seen anything. Dude, can we just say, I love Racer X. I love all of these official publications. But Racer X said, Pettis out, Bogle in, Lopes out. But then Bogle didn't race. But then they said, actually, never mind, Pettis is gonna line up, but then Pettis didn't line up. And I'm like, are you guys even trying or what? But anyway, go to your leagues, go to the second page, and there's one called Admins right here. You can't join it, but you can hit View League, and this will show you JT, Marks, Paul, Mathis, and Dan. So if you guys want to see their scores, they're right here. And then you can click on Mathis and see who he picked. He did not pick Marty, but he did get a big fat 0 with Benny Bloss. So he might as well have picked Marty at that point. You can see the riders other players picked. Yeah, Samantha. My favorite thing ever is if you ever have anybody in the chat on the homepage over here talking smack about how good they did, you can click their name and then hit this and see how many points they scored. You know how many people say, oh yeah, 286, nice. And I'm like, no, you didn't. You got 240. Why are you lying? Like, it happens all the time. I'm 40, used to race, plan to again in the future. You should, Tars. I have an MX blog and I want to create a startup business that has to do with motocross. You just have to find an intersection of something that either you have to provide something new, or you have to do something cheaper, or you have to do something better. Anybody can start a business as long as you can do one of those three things. He was 12 years older than me. Yeah, my sister is almost 14 years younger. So hell yeah, Tony. Swole was good at Supercross 3 on Xbox. Yo, who wants to? Okay, so when the new game comes out, I'm gonna stream some of the new games. So if you guys want to check it out before it comes out, we'll do it just like this, and we'll play Supercross game. It'll be fun, man. It'll be fun. We can talk Moto all day that day. I'll go live in the middle of the day. We can talk about it forever. ASND 250, nice, dude. Barsha looked like a man on a mission tonight. He's so raw and ready to battle. I'm making a bold prediction that he and Gas take it to the top. I wish I could agree with you, and I think he's gonna have a great year. But I can't help but bring up the fact that Barsha has won the opener in 3 straight years. And that's still the only race he won every single year. I need him to do it again before I buy in that hard. But he likes the spike more. To be fair, he likes every bike he's ever been on, and he hates the bike that he was just on before that. Remember when he talked so much shit about Yamaha when they switched to Suzuki, and then the very next year he went back to Yamaha and he said how great it was? I get it. This is just, it's just politics. I lived 20 minutes away from Chase and watched him grow from 65. Super gnarly to think about what he has done and what he is still yet to do. And I love the kid. He's so humble and chill. I called a guy out flying out. Did you really, Tanner? It's so funny. I will be on PC, Ron Dog. I will be on PC. Until I get a PS5, I will be on PC. Do you think that's only a coincidence, though? I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you if it's a coincidence or not. Chase finished second to Faulkner about 1,000 times as an amateur, and now 2 Supercross. Yeah, Tony, that's what it's all about. And let's be honest, one of those should have been Faulkner's. But that doesn't matter. Woulda, shoulda. Woulda, shoulda. Bam is overtraining too early and it burns him out. That is why Alden's guy come on later in the season. Oh, for sure. For sure, Dave. 100%. Yeah. And I want you guys to think like that in fantasy. I want you guys to think like that. I feel like I'm your Alden Baker. Am I your guys' Alden Baker? It's a marathon. It's 17 rounds. You gotta do it. Just keep. As long as you make smart picks all season, you'll never be put into a hole of feeling like you have to go for broke. I shouldn't have picked FFLs, but I did. But to be fair, I just, at this point, I do this for fun. I do this for you guys more than I do this for me. Do we have... All right. 31% of people picked a 450 FFL, and only 13.5 people picked Barsha. Wait. Oh, RJ got it. Okay. I thought Craig got it for a second. I was like, only 4% of people picked it. 33.2% of people picked an FFL in the 250s, and only 5% of those people got it right. Yikes. Oh, I was like, imagine Samantha, imagine if I pick FFLs on round 1 and I'm right. Imagine how excited I would be. Is there a max amount of all-stars per class? You mean that you can pick? There will only ever be 8 all-stars. So moving on to week 2, if you're new at this, moving on to week 2, the top 8 will be all-stars again. So the 250 all-stars will stay exactly the same because the 8 all-stars finished in the top 8. In the 450s, though, it'll be a mess. So Barsha, Malcolm, Brayton, Ferrandis, and Plessinger will be all-stars. And Webb, Osborne, Tomac, Sexton, and Anderson will not be all-stars. Next week's gonna be so stupid, dude. So stupid. I went through all last year picking them, went back and looked, and I was like minus 15 for last year. Yeah, and it's the thing is, once you get on a roll, you gotta do it, but you gotta get on that roll first. You gotta wait until somebody gets on a roll. I was stupid, and I just wanted to do it, and I'm an idiot, and I shouldn't have done it. Who do you think will shine this Tuesday, especially with no riding and little training in between races? I think Craig can back it up if he stays on 2 wheels. However, I don't have a lot of confidence that Christian Craig is going to keep it on 2 wheels for 2 consecutive races to start off the season. Beyond that, I'm not... Anybody that goes down, I think this is something that's overlooked. Anybody that goes down any kind of hard, they're going to be a little sore still in 2 or 3 days, so keep that in mind. I'm going to have to watch back the replay and see how hard some of these crashes were. I think next week will be the kind of week to go for Marty, because his handicap should go up to at least like a 5. Chiz's handicap's gonna stay exactly where it is. Yeah, Chiz will probably go down to a 9 or a 10. Can I just have you all promise me that you're not gonna pick the Deuce Deuce or A-Ray on Tuesday? Please, for the love of God, don't pick them, because they're probably not gonna make it. Let me think here too. Let me look at a 250 guy. Who do you think will shine on Tuesday's race? That's such a hard question. It's really not. It's an easy question, but I just don't have a good answer. You know what? I think Adam's gonna actually... I say do something as if he didn't get 4th, which is a great pick. But Adam, this is like the least I think we've seen Adam since he started on the 450s. He just was barely there. You know what I mean? I think I'd like to see a little bit more out of him. Kind of funny how Bubba's spending more time with Chase versus his younger brother Malcolm. Hey, you know what? Malcolm's not paying him. I'll bet Chase is paying him. How many of you guys have 7MX jerseys? Look, 7 ain't paying the bills anymore. All right, he's got to go out. He's got to go outside and get some outside consulting done. You know what I mean? Got to pay those bills. This guy had no idea that Marty is a legend. Didn't even know he made a living racing. Oh, sometimes the heart has to guide the picks. Tasha, word. You're 100%. Do you guys play other fantasy games, by the way? Do you guys do Rocky Mountain? Did I do Rocky Mountain this year? Bro, I don't even remember. I started to pick. I did pick a team. No shit. I was very wrong. Not even close. I planned on doing a video for the Moto Extreme 360 fantasy, but I didn't. And I sucked at it anyway, so I'm glad I did it. I was supposed to do a podcast with Denny Stevenson. I don't know if you guys know Denny Stevenson. He was the 1990 East, 125 East Supercross champion, but he does Moto X Dream 360 fantasy, and I was supposed to do a podcast with him to talk about it, and we just couldn't get linked up. No Stewart jersey for me, man. What about, this goes for anybody. If you could have a jersey of any rider, past or present, what jersey do you want? Bloss, chillin'. I'm looking at Bloss. As long as he's healthy, I'm looking at Bloss. Dude, I love Logan Carnow. I'm so stoked. I mean, I told you guys all to pick him, so obviously I'm stoked. But I was hoping for a little better than 17th, but I'm still so... Ooh, dude, Kedrowski would be sick. Pastrana, no questions, no comments. MC, oh, I'd love an MC. Man, I want that purple jersey. You know what I'm talking about, right? I want that purple jersey. Wyndham, probably Stu. I have Bradshaw and his iconic Hugo pants, and he is my favorite rider. That's rad, dude. I'm gonna try to get some number plates to put right here. I don't know who. Do you guys like the whole race worn slash I don't know, like bike, like, oh, the number plate from the race? Like, honestly, for me, I would rather get a brand new like Honda number plate, have a decal place whip me up a decal for it, slap it on the front of it, and then like have Roxon sign it and have like a brand new fresh like number plate that's signed. I'd rather have that than like a dirty, disgusting, because I'm not gonna wash that dirt off of it. I don't know if I want to bring a dirty ass number plate and hang it on my wall. Sexton, Tony, you have 3 Sextons? That's rad. Why does nobody wear 7? He's my favorite rider of all time, and I'm wearing O'Neal 5. Cody, that's what I'm saying, man. What do you guys, okay, for those of you guys that ride, or if you, even if you don't, but you would, what gear company do you buy? It feels like everybody that I know, everybody in the circle, like Fly is very big, but what do you guys actually buy? My current set that I wear when I ride, I have Thor pants, jersey, gloves. The gloves are actually right there. 100% goggles, Alpine Star boots. I don't really have an allegiance to a brand. When I was a kid, I was a Fox kid. But I really like the look of 7 gear. It's very minimal. I really like the new shift gear is pretty good. There's just so many good gear companies, but it feels like everybody wears like the same too. I really, really like O'Neal gear. By the way, I thought of this today. Is nobody wearing shift this year? Because they lost Geico. Well, Geico's gone. Just, is there nobody wearing shift? Like no teams affiliated with shift? Like that's gotta hurt. Fly, 90s Fox gear, Fly, O'Neal, Thor and Fox, O'Neal, Shift jersey and pants, Fast House, Thor. I ran Fox until they became mall fashion. Now it's Fly. WPS is one of the best companies. Growing up, I wore Fox and Thor. Now I wear Fast House. Jet Lawrence is rocking Shift. He's doing Alpine Star. The entire Honda team other than Roxon is now Alpine Star. What Alpine Star now has, what, like 6 riders? They have Tomac, Anderson. Well, they lost Barsha. Never mind. Tomac, Anderson, Sexton, and the kids, right? I think so. I have a Fast House jersey I dig. Next year will be Fly. I will say, dude, that limited edition Fly gear tonight, just chef's kiss. That shit was hot. I'm not a big Fly person, mainly because I'm a graphic design is my passion. I do not like the Fly logo. Do you guys remember Roxy brand? Do you know what I'm talking about? It was like a girl brand that you carried at PacSun. Don't tell JT I said this. Okay. So here's the Roxy logo, right? The Fly logo looks, like this Fly logo looks like, looks like, where'd that go? It looks too much like the girl section of like a PacSun. I never vibed with this logo. So if they throw this logo on something, I'm out instantly. And it's a bummer because sometimes they have some really cool colorways. But I'm just like, every time I see it, I'm like, it's like, why does that look like the Roxy logo? And it doesn't even look that much like it. That's just what the vibes I get. But don't tell JT I said that. I would like to remain, we're not even friends. I would like to remain neutral with the man. Oh. If you're wondering, I'm drinking iced tea because I'm not drinking anything cool. I'm kind of a little bitch. I'm just drinking some iced tea. He doesn't want to remain neutral with anyone. Tony, you're right. Oh, you're so right. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, guys. This has been a lot of fun. This has been an hour and a half, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I am so tired of motocross for the day. I'm gonna bounce off of here. I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm gonna get a snack, and I cannot wait to go to sleep. I will wake up tomorrow and wait. I gotta wait for handicaps. I can't even do anything till handicaps come out. So hopefully the guys get the handicaps to me relatively quickly. I don't get them any sooner than you guys get them. So once you guys get handicaps, that's when I start. If you guys can, if you guys want to, the Patreon is an option. I do a Patreon exclusive podcast before every race. That you'll get that immediately. Literally the podcasts drop out. I set my mic up. I look at the handicaps with you guys live. I talk about them. I just kind of talk my process through when I'm looking at them. There's also a podcast on Patreon right now with Michael Antonovich from RotoMoto Live that I did this week. That will go up to the public shortly, but it is still a Patreon exclusive in the meantime. The enhanced cheat sheets that you guys got today will be Patreon exclusive starting on Tuesday. But other than that, everything else will proceed as normal. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. I will see you guys I will see you Tuesday. I'll see you. The video will be up probably Monday, but I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Be good people. Later, guys.